I'll be taking you through our AIB Digitrader app, where you will learn how to place orders, request payment, and at the end of presentation, I'll be showing you where you can get information, shares to buy, which to sell, and additional information from our website which can guide you in your investments. If you allow me, I'll share my screen. So this is our AIB Digitrader. You can get it on Play Store and also from App Store for those who are using iOS. That is Apple iPhones. Sorry. We also have the link on our website for the online version of it. If you go to our website AIB-AXYS Africa.com, under trading you get the link. That link is accessible both on your mobile phone and also on the computer. On the computer you get the full version, and on your mobile phone you get a similar screen like the one you can see here. So if you get trouble accessing through the installation app, you can just go to the website and access the link on your mobile. It will open the same link you're seeing, the same interface you're seeing here. So to start with, we'll start with a person who don't have an account with us. So as a person who don't have an account with us, you can start as a guest. So you go to guest registration, the second last option, guest user registration. Here you fill in KYC details as required by the platform. And most important, it is your username and password. This is what you use to log into the test environment. Using the guest account, you'll be able to see the market, but you won't be able to trade, just to view the market. So that's a guest user. Let's say you have gone to the platform and seen you need to trade. So after 7 days, your account will be expired. Though we can expire it earlier on our side if you so wish. So if you plan now to get into trading and actively trade, you need to open two accounts. One of them is an internal account. Internal broker account allows you to fund your account, that is to deposit money. Then you can use that money to buy shares directly from NSE. It's only the brokers and investment bank who are allowed to trade directly at NSE. Then from NSE, we have the party which holds your shares, that is CDSc. CDSc will hold all the shares you have with all the brokers, then designate a trading agent, that is a broker or investment bank, to your account. So if you are to go to a CDSc, they will be able to give you a statement for your trading activity with all brokers. If you go to a certain broker, the broker will give you a statement that relates to activity of that brokerage firm. So that is one account, that is the internal trading account. Similarly, the broker will open another account now with CDSc where your shares are held. So those are two accounts. One is an internal broker account that you can get a statement from the broker. It will show you all your transactions, the deposits, payment, any debits, any credits in your account related to your funds. From CDSc, you'll be able to get a statement with all your shares. So that's the difference. So there is a linkage between the two accounts that is done from our end, so that we are able to see the shares that you have in CDSc and be able to trade on your behalf. So to open accounts, there are two ways. Either you can walk to our office and fill in the manual form, which is tedious, or you just come to online, that is either our online platform or the AIB Digitrader platform, that is the app. Click open new trading account. So this will open a first interface where you are supposed to fill in your KYC details as they are in your ID. So the first name is your first name, assuming it's me. So use Peter. Then other names, I can use Mogai. Then my surname, whichever name you're using. Then your date of birth as it is in your ID and also in your birth certificate. Remember here you are giving your actual details. Otherwise, if you get any charges and you need to omit details from CDSc and the details don't match what you have a hard time omitting details on that account. You'll be forced to close that account and open a new one. So you advise. So as I was saying, you fill in the KYC details. Most important is the details that have a star. Those are mandatory. And also other name. Other name is required because there are those people with two names. That way other name doesn't have a star. If you have three names, make sure you indicate them. That's first name. I can use an example. Then Mogai. Then I can use Kimani. Then date of birth. You make sure you're giving the correct date of birth when you are born, because these details will be verified with IPRS. Then here we can give an email address. You need to give your email address. This is the email address that where your password will be sent. Then your mobile number, your real mobile number. This is the number that will be paid back to if you request to be paid. Then if you're using national ID, you give your ID number. If you're using passport, use your current passport and should be valid. Use ID number, then give a number here. If you're referred by somebody, you just click on referral code, then put the referral code. I'll show you where this is found on the app. If you don't have the referral code, you just ignore, you just untick. Then you can proceed. You can then proceed. I hope now you can see the screen. You can proceed to open account. So once you fill these details, you click continue. As you can see there, you are verifying your details with IPRS, that is government database. So you click continue. So here you fill in now your personal details. Most important is your PO box. This is required by CDSc. And also you put your bank payment details. This is where your dividend will be sent to. Currently we have bank and check. If you require MPESA, once you open account, you can fill in account amendment form. CDSc have not automated the MPESA payment because not all registrars are on MPESA. So if you select check, your PO box here is required because the check will be sent to that PO box. If you select bank, then you need to give your bank details and ensure they are correct bank details. Then you put a username that you use to log into either our online platform or the app. Then you put a password. Then you confirm that password. Then optionally, at the bottom, you can opt to attach your KYC details, but they are not mandatory. Our app is approved by CMA, so that's why it's not mandatory. Then you accept term and create account. You will receive an email confirming that you have received your details and your hours at most 24 hours to open that account and need to be active in CDSc. The reason why you are required to give us 24 hours, when you open account CDSc today, in NLC platform, it will only be available for trading on Monday. So it's something we are discussing with NLC and CDSc to see if they can improve on that timeline. So at most it's 24 hours. Then on our platform, immediately you get your credentials, your CDSc number, you can be able to log in and FAD. Logging into our platform, you can do it any moment you receive that CDSc number, either on SMS or email. But trading is the following day after you receive your CDS number. So now you have received your username and your password. Your account is ready to log in. If you try more than 5 times, you'll be locked. There are 2 ways of unlocking your account. One is either you send us an email or call, or 2, you go to unlock my account, fill in your login name, your CDSc number, or your client code. All these will be available on your email, and also when we log in, you'll be able to see. Then you put the email that you used to register, then you submit. The account will be automatically unlocked, and a new password will be sent to your email without our intervention. So this allows you to unlock your account even at night or even weekend when the offices are closed. If you forget password, you forgot password, you fill in the details again as required and submit. You get a new PIN and password without us having to unlock your account manually on our side. So now I will log in with my account. This is a test account. Then I can try a password. We see the message that comes in. So if you try to log in with a wrong password, this is the message you get, invalid login. If you try to log in with an account that is not there, this is the message you get. Registered users can only log in. It means your username is wrong. So let me log in with a test account, the correct one. Then PIN, let me see if this is a PIN. This is for the test account. Yeah. Now when you log in, the first screen you get there is the referral screen. The referral screen, as you can see, allows you to refer a friend and earn. This is like an affiliate program between you and AIB. Every user, every online and mobile app user have a unique referral code. That referral code is unique to your broker internal code. As I said, internal account, as I said, there are two accounts, the CDSc account and broker internal account. Broker internal account will cater for your cash. CDSc account will cater for your holdings. I will show you when we get into the platform. So you have the referral code here, REF176. This you can send to somebody via SMS, or you can click copy link. This is the easiest link. Send it either WhatsApp or your platform, or if you do blogging on stock market, you can use this link as part of your referral, as a part of your affiliate link. You just embed it. Then when somebody clicks on that link and they open the account, it will default to that code. And when they trade, all the trades they do for the 1 year, for the first 1 year, you run 50% commission. This is not posted immediately. It is calculated every month, and at the end of the month, we calculate for the whole month. Then the following month, at the start, that is on first. If it's not a holiday, if it is a holiday, then the following day, working day, it is posted in your account as a total. If you want the breakdown, you can always send us an email. We give you the breakdown of how you have earned and from who. The other option is to send via. Then you are allowed to put up to 5 emails on the first said. Then you can come back, put another 5 emails and said. It will be sent from our platform to your friends. We don't save those emails. So your friends will receive those referral link unique to you. Then open account. And as I said, you will earn 50% commission for every trade they do for a whole year, all the trades they do for that year. And it will be posted to your trading account, which you can go and withdraw, as I'll show you how to withdraw money from your account, or you can use it to buy more shares. So these forms part of your profit. As I said at the end, I will show you other options where you make money in the stock market. So these are one way. By referring Fred, then you earn. It's more of an affiliate program. It's already approved by CMA, so it's something legal in the market. So I will skip this. Once you skip, that link goes up where there is a green icon. So you have the logo for AIB-AXYS. So that tells you are logged into AIB-AXYS platform. Then you have your username to know that you are the one who have logged in. Then the green icon is the referral link. You can call it by clicking on that and skip anytime. Then you have your profile. The profile will show you the last successful login and any unsuccessful login. If there is anyone who tried to log in your account like me, I tried the one that we got invalid login. You'll be able to see. And if it's not you, you know somebody was trying to log in into your account. Then the client code and also CDS number. You need to note your CDS number when you're funding in your account. Though we are working on an initiative that will allow you to fund directly from the app. Should be coming late this month. You'll be able to fund directly without having to copy the CDS number, then go to your MPESA and transfer the funds. Then you can also change the password and also switch theme. Then the question mark on the top, that's a video. I won't go to it. It will reroute me to a YouTube video. I don't want to log out of the platform. Then the last one is log out if you want to sign out of the app. So know that you have the icons for various functions that are available on our platform. The first one is Market Watch. I'll click on it. Market Watch will show you what is happening in the market. If you log in between 9 and 3 p.m., 9 and 3 p.m., the market is live and you see the status is open. As you can see, there is a status open. So here you'll be able to see live market as it is trading. And the details you can see in this Market Watch are from all brokerages as it is happening from NSC. So below the username, there is an icon below the logo, that is home. If you click on it, it takes you back to the icons, back to the main home page. If you click on Market Watch, you go back to the Market Watch. Then on far right hand, you have 3 icons. One is a cat. When you place an order and it is successfully accepted on our platform and also from NSC, you get a message here. If it is successfully paid, you get a message at a T. If it is rejected, you get it at the last icon where there is a thumb pointing down and you get a rejection message. We will see when I do a sample order. Then below it, we have that scrolling bar. It's called a ticker. It gives you the counter, the current trading price, and the change based on last traded price for yesterday. That's closing price for yesterday. So it will tell you whether the counter is going up. Like Baburi has gone up with 10, then there's BAT which has gone down with 30 cents. So you can be able to follow the market and be able to know is the shares going up or are the shares going down. As I said, Baburi, as you can see, has gone with 10 cents. Britam has gone down with 30 cents. You'll be able to follow. Then below it, you have a list of securities that are offered. And the codes you can see there are short codes. As you can see, the screen on mobile won't be large enough to accommodate the names. So you'll be able to be presented with the short codes. Then the last traded price, that is the last price that executed this counter today. Then the height has gone and the row. At the last price where there is a 0, it means that counter have not traded. Where there is a price, there is an execution today. So we can take an example of a counter like DTK. So that is the Diamond Trust Bank. If you click on the code, it opens now the market depth. This is one source of information when you're making decisions on either to buy or sell. It will give you the code and the name of the counter. Then on one side there is demand and the other side there is supply. And as you can see, there is a separation with the color. As you can see, there is a color separation. Demand are the people who are buying. Supply is the people who are selling. I repeat again, demand are the people who are willing to buy, and supply is the people who are selling. Just like in the market, when you go and you have your 100 shillings, and there is somebody who is selling a t-shirt at 200, you be queued until you agree on a price. So the same happens in the market. You place your order at the price that you want, like 50, 49, 60. Then somebody will be willing to sell at our own price, that is 51, 52, 53. Since your price don't agree, in the system you'll be queued. That's why these people are queued until these prices match. That is, if you're buying at 50, there is somebody who is willing at 50. So that execution will happen. If you are selling at 51, there should be somebody willing to buy at 51 for that execution. So how do executions happen in the market? When you come to market depth as a buyer, you come at the selling the supply side that people are selling. If you want your shares immediately, you select the supply side at the top, that is 51, and the number of shares you want. If let's say you want 100, there is a supply at 51 for 1700. So these people will be able to supply you with your 100 shares, so that execution will happen. If you are selling and it is urgent and you want that order to execute, you come to buy side, that is the demand, and see there is somebody who is willing to buy 50, and they are the ones who are ahead of the queue, and there is 9,400. So if you have your 400 shares, it will execute because demand is there at that price. What happens if you have you want to buy more shares than the ones that are supplied at 51? Let's you want to buy 2,000. The market will be able to fill the 1,700 shares because they are already available. Then the balance of 300, since there is no supply available, you will be queued now on demand side ahead of the one who is at 50. So you replace them. So the 9,400 will go down. Then your 300 will be displayed with a 51 price. The same happens on the sell side. So that's how executions happen. Below it we have open, that's the price the counter opened with. Then the close is the price the counter closed with. And since we are in the live trading session, the close here is the previous day closing price. When it closes at 3, this price now will change. High and low is how high and low it has gone for the day. Then the change is the difference between the last executed price minus the closing price. Then the volume is the number of shares that have executed so far in the whole market, not in AIB. Then the turnover is the volume times the average price. So you can be able to tell the counter whether it is trading actively or not. Like if you are to give you just the turnover, DTB, DTK, you'll be able to see 2 million shares, 2.7 million shares which have traded, and you think this counter is actually trading. But what about the volume? It's just 54,000 shares. It could be just one person who executed. If you go to another counter, you find maybe it's 1 million, but the volume is high because there is active trading. That's how you know the counter which is actively trading, by comparing the turnover with the volume. So we go back to the home page. Before I go, below the market depth, we have the chart where you can see the graph for the day, how the counter is performing. Trade, you can place the order. Just click on it and you'll be able to see the order placement screen. I'll come to this when we are doing sample order. I'll take you through this screen. So you go back. So close goes back to market watch. So I want to explain the other icons before we can go back to our trading. So my watch list. So there are two. There is a market watch, which is default, which have all the counters. Then when I go back to home, there is my watch list. My watch list, you can define your own shares that you want to see. Let's say I want to remove these. Let me go back to my watch list. So I tap on these counters. If I want to remove, I just go to the last button on the bottom, del script. So I can remove all the scripts I don't want. That is the shares I don't want to see in my watch list. Let's say you are just interested in a few shares. Let me just remove this. So I'm just tapping with on the screen, then remove. So no data available because I've removed everything. Now I want to add 2 shares which I want to see. I want to see, so I'll go to add scripts. Then in the add script, I'll be presented with another script screen to add a script. Let's say I just want to see Safaricom. As I type, I'm presented with the shares. I only need to tap. Then when it is selected on the top, I click add to watch list. Then I want to see Equity Bank. So as I type the name, I'm presented, I tap on it, then click add, then click close. If I go back, I will only see Equity and Safaricom. In the normal market watch, you have all the shares. In my watch list, you only have what you want to see and what you want to follow in the market. Now, if I want to trade, the same thing, I just tap on the share. Then on the bottom, I can click on trade. So it will take me to order entry screen. So we go back to my watch list. We see the other options. I can see the chart for that count or even delete it. Or I can click on the counter, that is the security code, see the market depth, which I explained earlier. Then at the bottom, I can trade. So this is another option of trading. So let me close. We go back to the main screen. The stock pick, this is still under development. We'll be able to give you the stocks which we are internally we have picked for you. That information is available on our website. I'll be showing you at the end, as I promised. Then we have the trade icon. So let's say you already know the shares you want to buy. You have heard in the news that Counter X is trading at this price and you just want to come and buy. You don't want to go to the market. Just click on trade. You open the order entry screen. So you come to this when we are doing our order. Then when you place the order, in some cases when there is no matching demand or supply and you are queued, you may want an execution. So you want to modify that price and move it either up if you are buying, or you lower your price if you are selling. So you come to modify the order. You have your order here and you click modify. Then you'll be presented with the order modification screen. You'll see that. Then as I said earlier, when you open your CDS, your trading account, there are two accounts. One is an internal broker account where you can see the statement here. The statement from your internal broker account goes all the way to 2011 to date. You'll be able to see all the transactions, either purchases and sales, the number of shares which were bought and at what price. Then if you try to multiply these two, it won't give you the figure that is shown on this end. There are charges, that is the brokerage charge you see when you're placing the order, and the revenues which are paid to NSE, CMA, and CDSc. So on the statement, the amount that is posted is the actual amount that you are paying out. When you are buying, you pay more because you are paying more revenues and brokerage. If you are selling, you receive less because you have to deduct brokerage and revenues. That's the difference. When you try to do 100 shares that I sold times 9.8, it won't come to 961, it will come to 98. That's why there's a difference because of revenues you net off. My account has a debt as a result of some transactions I did. These are that's why it has a debt. As a client, you can't have a debt unless you have an arrangement with the company. Then portfolio valuation will show your shares and their worth. These shares you'll be seeing here is what you have in CDSc statement. As I said, there are two accounts. The broker account, which is taken care of by the statement where you fund. When you deposit, this is where your funds go. When you buy shares, they go at the portfolio valuation, and you can see them from CDSc side. If you go to CDSc, you'll be able to see all the shares you have with all brokers and investment banks. So let's say you want to transfer your shares from another broker to AIB, and you don't know who have those shares. Maybe you did during IPO and you forgot which broker you bought with. You just go to CDSc. Nowadays, I think they have their platforms online. You can register. You get that statement. You have each broker. Below it, you have the shares they have. Every broker, the shares they have. And it's very easy to transfer. You just go to that broker. You first go to the broker you want to transfer. Let's say you want to transfer to AIB-AXYS. To us, you don't need to come physically. I shown you how to open an account. You get a CDSc number. That CDSc number is what you need to go to the other broker. You ask them for the transfer form. Fill in and put your CDSc account for that broker. It's the same as the CDSc account that you are transferring to the AIB-AXYS, because you're only allowed to open one CDSc account number with several brokers with the same ID. It's only one ID, one CDSc number, but that CDSc number can be held by several brokers. So when you fill that form, always make sure you take a photo of it, because you leave it with them, they process, then the shares are transferred to us. You can share that with him so that they can also assist you in following up with your transfer. So executions will show you all the executions you have done, whether it's a buy or sell from the app, from online. Also, if we do any transaction on our end, you'll be able to see executions. So that's one way you can see all the executions that have happened. Order status, when you place your order, you'll be able to see the status of that order, order status. Then we have news. This will be able to display the news either from us or from exchange, that is NSE. Available funds, this is the screen you use to determine which funds to use to buy shares and also to request to be paid. To just summarize it, ledger balance is the balance you have in the statement in our internal account. If you deposit those funds in our bank account, you are required to send a bank slip if you are depositing in the bank. If you are doing MPESA, you only need to go to the icon on the top where just after my username, after the green one, the one that is orange, you'll be able to see CDS number. You copy that, you go to MPESA, then pay bill is 54880. It's there on our website. I'll show you. Once you key in, then you put your CDSc number as it is in that icon on top. Then you put the amount that you want to invest shares. You transfer that funds to us. It will automatically be posted on your statement. When you go to statement, you'll be able to see. When you come to available funds at the ledger balance, you'll be able to see your balance. If the ledger balance is different from what you deposited, you go to statement, backdate it. You'll be able to see why your balance is different. If you make a payment request, that is from your ledger balance, you want us to pay you back the funds. If it is not processed, it will be a pending payment request. And this is how you know whether your payment is being processed. If you will submit and you see it at the pending payment request, it means it is with our finance team. They are processing it either through MPESA or through the bank, depending on which mode you used. I will show you in the next screen. If you place a buy order and it has not executed, it is still pending. That means a pending order means it is in the month but has not been fulfilled. You have not met a matching demand or supply. It will be a pending buy order. So the balance of that, ledger balance and all this, gives you the free cash. Free cash is what you can utilize to be paid back. So if you have a credit, you can request to be paid back. I'll show you in the next screen. Then ignore the fund limit. These are loans that are given by the broker. It will be coming soon so that we can be able to give you these loans to trade. Then trading space is the amount that you can utilize now to buy shares. When you try to buy shares, then you get a notification where there is a thumb pointing down. Always check. If it is a collateral shortfall, it means your account doesn't have enough funds to buy shares. And that means the trading space here cannot fund your order quantity. You'll be able to your order value. You'll be able to see that. So we go back to home page. Then you got funds transfer. This is you requesting to be paid back. You have a credit in ledger balance. We deduct any payment that has not been finalized, and any orders that you have requested to buy and have not been executed. They have not been debited in the statement. At the end of the day, we need to pay CDSc to pay the person who is selling to you. So the balance of that is the free cash, as I said, the available balance. That's what you can utilize to be paid, and it has to be a credit. You just put the amount, then the mode of payment. There is check, which you need to come for it. If you select check, RTGS, EFT, RTGS is the same day payment to your banker. If you request RTGS, it will be paid as long as you request within the payment timelines. EFT means if you request today, you'll be paid tomorrow. Those are bank procedures we don't have control over. MPESA, it will be paid to the number displayed below the payment request. So if you select MPESA, you make sure the number that is at the bottom is your number. Then you click withdraw. We have another initiative which will come to your advantage. We'll be communicating that to you. We don't want to disclose that area. We are now, you can only be paid on T+3. That is the trade day plus 3. Initiative with AIB. We'll be communicating that soon. So I go back. So I've completed going through the screen. I want to take you through the trading process. So the first thing is to go to our website. I'll show you at the end. We give you a summarized report that can guide you on how to make to buy shares, and now you can make profit. I will show you. Now, assuming you have made a decision, I want to buy 2 counters, that is Equity and Safaricom. You can either go to Market Watch where you can see everything. The reason why I'm saying you go to normal Market Watch, you can come here and decide, let me also see another counter like Kakuzi. Then you realize, even if I buy my Equity and Safaricom, Kakuzi is also a good counter because it's also giving dividend. So you can just click on trade, select Kakuzi, then click trade. It will take you directly to the order entry screen. Alternatively, we did our market watch list. That is the enhanced watch list, which you just want to see the 2 counters. Let's say I want to buy Safaricom. I just click on Safaricom. Come to demand. See, the people who want to buy like me are pricing at 27.05, 27. So those are the prices that are demanding. Then who are willing to sell? It's 27.20. So if I want to buy these shares and execute immediately, I'll just go and execute at 27.20. The number of shares must be less or equal to what is supplied. Otherwise, if it is more, you'll be queued for the balance, as I explained. So that's for the order to execute immediately. 27.20 for a buyer. What if you put 28.40 and you are buying? The system, that is our AIB Digitrader, is intelligent enough to know there is a lower price for you in the market. So it won't execute at a higher price of 28.40. It will execute at 27.20 to give you that advantage. Otherwise, if you execute at 28.40, giving you a disadvantage as a buyer, executing at a higher price, yet there is a lower supply price. The same if you are selling. If you want your order to execute immediately, you go to demand side. You press at 27.05 because there is already demand at that price. You put your order to execute, then the balance, if it is more, you'll be queued on supply side. What if you put at 26.75? Your order won't execute at 26.75. There is a higher price. You are selling, you need to make that profit. The system is intelligent enough. That is our AIB Digitrader. Is intelligent enough to know there is a price of 27.05 that gives you an advantage. So that's one reason why you need to invest with our AIB Digitrader. We don't disadvantage you as a client. So now I want to buy. For a demo, I don't want to execute because the system, immediately you match that price. There is no even time. Jackson, I come to answer your question once I finish the order entry screen. And if you have a question, you can place it on the chat. I'll answer. So now you want to execute the trade. Like me, I want to buy shares and I don't want that order to execute. I'm testing. I'll put at 26.90. It will be queued. And we have a demand quantity of 2200. So we note that 26.90. So I'll come and select my quantity of 200. Let me use 100. Then at 26.90 price. So I'm typing from my keyboard. Then I put the validity date, then delivery, and click buy. This order will be queued. So I want to explain this screen. From top, we have order type. You only have 2 order types, either buy or sell. You're either buying shares or you are selling. If you are buying, it means there is somebody in the market, even from other brokerages, who are selling to you. So if you are buying, the buy button at the bottom should be blue. If I change and I switch to sell, the buy button changes to red. That's how you know whether you are buying or selling, so that you don't make mistake. If you are buying, make sure it is blue. If you are selling, it's red. So we try to buy. Security, we selected directly from Market Watch. That's why it is selected, and it has given us the counter name. I'll do another example where we are coming directly from trade and we put a security code. We see how we are supposed to select it. But make sure the security name is there. If it is not there, if you try to submit that order, you get an error. Then we have two boards. One of them is ET normal and the other one is ETODD. ET normal is when you're buying in multiples of 100. ETODD is when you want to buy or sell less than 100 shares. That is 1 to 99. You can buy one share in the market. You are not limited. You just click on ETODD, and as you can see, at the quantity, I'm not limited. If I put ET normal, the lot size is 100. So that's the difference. ETODD, it's one share to 99. One share or 99. Anything in between, you can buy at the ETODD or sell. If it is anything in multiples of 100, you put in 80 normal. That is 500, 1,000. What if I want to buy 599? You won't place in either of these two boards. So you press the 500 and 80 normal. Then your balance of 99, you can put them at the ETODD. So that way you have bought 599. You ask, why then do I need to buy 599 shares? If I can get 600, you can accumulate your shares depending on the amount that you have in your account. Let's say you buy and you realize you still have a credit in your account. You don't leave that credit in your statement. It doesn't help AIB and doesn't help you. There is no interest you earn. And AIB doesn't invest those funds. You are not allowed by CMA to touch your credit at all, under whatever circumstance. We are only allowed to transfer that credit to unclaimed asset after some time. That's the only thing we can do. We can't touch your credit. So you need to come in, execute the balance of your credit, and have those shares in your account. The reason being, there are dividends. You'll be losing by sitting this credit in your account, yet you could invest those funds in your shares and earn dividend, no matter how small it is. So I'll come and put my 100 shares at 26.90. Then validity date is the number of days you want that order to stay in the market until it executes or expires. Remember, you be queued if there is no matching quantity or supply. So just put to today. So at the end of the day, that order will be removed from the system. It will be expired. And below the price, you can see you're given the range. You can't go outside that range. The market is protected so that there is no manipulation in the market to give some people an advantage over others. So this market is regulated by CMA. So we have two modes. One of them is delivery and the other one is intraday. I want to explain the two. There is a difference. Delivery, if you buy shares today, they settle on that day. That's when we pay CDSc. If you are buying, then CDSc will give us your shares as balance free. That means the shares have been moved from the person who sold you into your account in CDSc, and the broker has availability of those shares, and you as a client, you can come and transact with them, either sell or do SLB or whatever you want to do with them, even transfer to somebody else as a gift. So that is on T+3. What happens when you sell? We are supposed to pay you your sale instructions. So you have shares you have sold to somebody. That somebody, even from the other broker, will pay CDSc for that purchase. Then CDSc will pay us your funds because you sold. Then we will give CDSc your shares. Those funds, we receive them in your account. You'll be able to see that credit. Then you can request to be paid. That payment will come on the fourth day, because we receive on that day at the delivery. Now we come to intraday. Intraday, as it says, is a day transaction. What does that mean? You can buy shares in the morning. Remember, in delivery, you can only sell those shares on fourth day when they become balance free on that day after settlement. So I clear that again. On delivery, you can only sell those shares on fourth day after they become balance free or settled in CDSc on the third day. Intraday, you can buy shares in the morning. They give you provisional holdings in your portfolio valuation. You can see them, but if you go to CDSc, you won't see those shares. Because it is in our system. That is the advantage of AIB Digitrader. You have those shares in your account as a provisional holdings. You can sell them if you make a profit in the afternoon. And that credit will be posted in your account. So you post the buy order, which you debit from your account. Then when you sell, you post a credit. So the net balance is what makes your profit. At the end of the day, what we do, we also give you a rebate. A rebate is like a kickback we are giving you back from our commission for trading the same day severally. So you can trade severally. We give you back part of the commission we earned from you as a credit, which forms part of your profit, and you can utilize it to buy shares. So let's say you bought more than you sold. At the end of the day, we need to give you the shares, the extra shares you bought, because you bought more than less. The balance is an overbuy. So at the end of the day, you pay for the overbuy to CDSc, then CDSc will give us the extra shares that you bought. What if you sell more than you bought? It means you have additional shares in your account. That is, you can buy in the morning additional shares or sell more shares. Then during the day, buy less if you are selling, or sell more if you bought and you have additional shares. So the balance is like you sold more in your account. So we need to pay you for the balance that you sold. So what at the end of the day, we said that extra shares you sold to CDSc, then they said that's the funds which we credit to your account. And intraday doesn't limit you to 2 transactions. You can buy in the morning, then sell midday, then the market moves again, you sell in the evening. You can do multiple transactions. Then at the end of the day, we net the buys and the sales. Then we give you a rebate at the end of the day, and you'll be able to see that in your account, the same as sell. So I want to refresh this screen so that I don't do an intraday transaction. So we go back to our market depth and select price for our share. I want now to do the actual transaction. So we go to Safaricom. So we pick our transaction. We had placed at 26.90. You see the counter is also moving, and it looks like it is I would have queued at 26.90. So I'll do with I'm buying. So I'll do with 26. Let's use 26.70, and I'll do 100 shares. So this should change. If my order is successfully accepted, we should have 7,000. No? If it is rejected, we should be able to see the rejection error. So the price of 26.70. So 100. 26.70. If you're buying in multiples of 100, you don't need to change above details. You only need to make sure either you're buying or selling. Then we put a date today. Then it is delivery. You don't want to do an intraday because it executes immediately anyway if the price matches. Then click buy. You get a summary before you submit. So you get the order value. So this is the price times quantity. Then the brokerage, which is the commission charged in your account times the order value. Then the transaction charges. This is the levies to NSC, CMA, and CDSc. The brokerage and transaction charges must come to a total of 2.1 or less, 2.1% or less, depending on what the broker has given you as a brokerage. The next consideration is what we pay to CDSc. Minus our brokerage. So net consideration is what we debit in your account. So the brokerage will be posted in your account, Then on the settlement, the net consideration in the brokerage will be paid directly to CDSc. So we will debit 2715.79, but the brokerage will be retained by the broker, that is 34 shillings. Then the transaction charges, one will be paid to CDSc, the other one to NSE, and the other one to CMA, because they are the ones, they are also market players. Then I submit my order. You get this notification, it doesn't take time, then it disappears. As you can see, there is a drop down on the red one, and the reason being, my account is inactive either in CDSc or in AIB. This is rejected by the main trading system at NSE. It has identified that Peter's account is inactive, it is disabled. This is different from the disabled so I explained earlier, which you are able to unlock when you are logging in. The disabled status here is your internal trading account, or your CDSc account is disabled cause of inactivity for 1 year. When your account is doesn't trade for 1 year, in CDSc they don't want it. As the broker, we are required to implement that on our side. So on our side, we also don't the account. So what should you do? For internal broker account, you just send us an email. It will be automatically activated. And during activation, our team will also be able to advise you whether that account is also disabled in CDSc. If it is disabled in CDSc, you need to fill an activation form by CDSc. Then we send it to them. They are a third party which we don't have control over. So it might take a while for them to act on your instructions. But as a broker, we take our effort further and follow up that for. That's why Ted and Veronica are here. In case you have any queries regarding a dormant account, they will be able to follow up with CDSc, have it activated, then you'll be able to trade. So right now, my account could be disabled on AIB side. Veronica, you're still on call? Or Ted, you can enable this account. Veronica, just enable. So it just takes a call to us or an email and your account will be enabled. If it's disabled in CDSc, we said you also in our website we have that form for account activation at CDSc. You just fill in status, we activate for you. Then you'll be able now to submit this order and you get a notification where there is a first icon that the order is received. Or if you have a matching price and execute immediately, you get a notification. And that order you will not be able to amend it at all if it executes. So you have to order status and see the order that I submitted. There is no order because it was rejected. Otherwise, if it is accepted, it will be pending. So I'll wait for Veronica to activate. Veronica, okay, just confirm once you are. It's done. Okay. Let's now try to execute another counter. So we use the main market watch so that you have an overview of how the two market watches work. The normal market watch and that is my watch list. The difference is only the counters that you see. So you use the equity. Then I'll come and pick a price of 43.10. So I will not change anything. So 100 at 43.10. Then validity date. Then I leave delivery. I don't want to use the intraday. Intraday, you're trading within our system, so but the order is also going to NSE. If the price matches it, you execute immediately. As we noted, Veronica activated my account. So let's see whether we get another rejection. And I have my order in because my account is active in CDSc. So if we go to equity, we go to, don't know whether we noted the counters that are equity. You'll be able to have, as you can see, the demand quantity at that price 43.10 has increased with my 100 shares. It have moved from 2,900 to 3,000. So your order is automatically updated in CDSc, in NSE, because that's where the trading happens. So my order is in the market. So we go to the first cut. It will tell you your order is accepted. This order is in the market, waiting to execute. So if it execute now, I should get a T. So we go to main screen and we go to order status. We should see an order that is pending. This is what I wanted to show you. If you see the status as pay confirmation, it means that order is in the live market at NSE, waiting to be filled. That means if I go to equity here, my order is still queued at the 43.10. And in this market, it's always first in, first out. What does that mean? The people who place the orders first are the ones who are served first. So the orders that were there, the 2900, must be filled first before my order is filled. And also, the orders that are above my price, 43.50, 43.85, must be filled. Meaning, there must be people coming in to buy from 43.85 all the way down until I'm reached. So that's how the market works. So if you go and you find your order is still pending, you only need to know what's the price did I put with 43.10. So I need to amend that order if I need an immediate execution. I don't want to do execution, but I'll show you how to modify. The other market status is cancelled. You will see it when I cancel my order. The other status is off market order. It means that my order is in our back office system. That is, it is in our internal account and the market is closed. That happens between 3 and 9 the following trading day. That is, market will close today at 3. Your order will be in off market status order all the way to 9 on Monday when market opens. NSE only trade Friday. If it is not a holiday, 9 to 3. So that's the only time you can submit your order. And when you're placing the order, if you gave a validated date of 1 week, you don't need to come and submit. When you open, those orders are submitted in the morning. But you can come in and embed. Now I want to show you how to amend the order. You come to modify and cancel. You see your order there, and it will tell you, is it a working order? Yes, it means that order is already in the market. Is it a working order? No, it means it is an off market order. Meaning what? Your order is in the system, but market is closed. So that is the difference between the yes and no in the market, in the working order. So the yes means your order is already submitted to NSE market, that is NSE trading. Yeah, I think you have seen in the news, they usually give you that graph that moves. So it is there at NSE in their system, trading, waiting to execute. If it is a no, it means that screen you see there, the system that displays that is off. It means either it is a holiday or it is outside the trading hours, that is 9 to 3. And you can cancel and modify the order irrespective of its working status. You only need to come and tap. I usually see people do this. Let me just cancel. You're trying to click modify. Just a minute. You're trying to click modify when you have not tapped the counter. That screen won't go anywhere because you have not selected. The system won't know which order you want to modify. You might have several orders. That's why you need to come and tap. And when you tap, the background color changes. Then you can come and click modify. Modify is where you want to change quantity and price. Those are the only things you can change. You can either increase quantity. If it is normal and you put 100, you can't reduce. Remember we had ODD, so you can only cancel and go to ODD. You can either increase this to 200, change the price, increase it upward if you want execution, and click modify buy. So that order, if I click right now modify, it will have a 200 share. And your account should have that credit to cater for that modification. Then when you click submit, you get a notification again at 1 telling you your order is accepted. It means my quantity, now the first one, 200 shares have been accepted at the same price I put. I didn't amend the price because I don't want execution. If there is an execution, you immediately get a T. So we go back when we come to modify and cancel. So I want now to cancel my order. I will tap on that order, then click cancel button. I'll be presented with cancellation screen, then click cancel by order, then click cancel. And I'll get a notification, then I'll check my inbox, and I'll get an acceptance that my order has been cancelled. If I go to order status, my order status will have now changed to cancelled. So that's how you know. So to know whether you have orders, you go to order status and check the order status. If there is any with an off market order status, that means that order is in the system, but market is closed. If it's pending confirmation, it means that order is already submitted in the market and you can only cancel and modify. If it is cancelled, there is nothing you can do. If I try to go to modify and cancel, I will not get any working order because I have already removed my order. So that is on trading. I wanted to show you how you place the order now by typing. Because this is another mistake I usually see people do. Now I use a cell as an example. I want to buy a counter like which one? Williamson T. I'll just give a crazy example. I don't know the code of Williamson. So what do? I'll start typing Williamson. The system will narrow down to Williamson T. If I don't select, notice there are no details filled in the system. So if I try to submit this order, the system doesn't know what you are buying. Even if you put the correct code, let me use Safaricom as an example, Escom. I know it offered, Escom. If I just tap, it does not fill any details. Even if I go filling all these details, it won't. Why? I need to tap on that counter. Let's use Jubilee. I tap on it. You see, it was selected, then it highlighted. It fills in the name, holdings. It gives you the lot size. And if you're selling, available quantity is the holdings you have. If you're selling, you can directly see from here. Instead of going to holdings variation, your portfolio variation to see the shares you have, you can use the sell and see the available quantity which you can sell. If it is less than what you have in CDSc, it means the transaction in CDSc and not in AIB-AXYS that is blocking the extra shares. And that transaction can be a pending sell transaction which has not been settled, or you did an SLB, that is security lending and borrowing, and rent out your shares to somebody. That is a whole new tutorial. I don't want to go through it, but we will have it with one of our team. You rent shares, let's say I rent my shares to Veronica and Ted. Then every day they hold those shares. It earns interest until the day that we agreed in our agreement that they return my shares. So when they are returning my shares, they will be able to return the shares that I gave them, plus the interest that I have earned as a payment to my bank. And when they are ready, they are borrowing, they need to give me a security. So they take that security to CDSc. CDSc holds that security. In case they default with your shares, they borrow and sell. That security comes in and covers your shares. You get your shares back. But Ted and Veronica will lose their security. So that is SLB, but we'll come to it. It's a whole new tutorial, but I hope you understand. It's one way, it's other way of making money in stock market. As I said, there is the referral, which is unique to AIB. Where you refer people and none. Now you have SLB, where you earn grow interest by reading out your shares. So as I was saying, you'll be able now to put your details, because now the system has recognized you are using Jubilee and you have already tapped it and it has filled in your details. So this is one mistake I see people do. You type, you don't wait for the name, then you go ahead. If I change this and put Escom and I tap, the system doesn't know I'm selling Safaricom. It still knows I'm selling Jubilee. And that order won't go anywhere. And if you're selling and you have Jubilee, it won't go anywhere because the two codes don't agree. You need to come here when you're typing Safaricom or even eGuard. You have to tap it. it changes the details. So that's one clarification I also wanted to seek. So I think that's it on the trading platform. Before I come to how you make money, I want to answer a few questions on the chat. Michael Goge, thank you. I can hear you. Hi, is it possible to buy 3 counters at once? When you're pressing order, let me go to order entry screen. I like showing you practically. You can only select 1 counter at a time and buy. If you go to the other screen, you can only be able to put 1 counter at a time. But what that does not prevent you from buying many counters at the same time. What determines in your statement, you have this credit closing balance. If it is a credit, you come to available funds. You check your trading space. When you're placing the order, remember you are able to see the order value. So you can note somewhere the order value, then you can go noting all the orders you are putting. Then make sure the balance doesn't supersede what you have in the trading space, because you can't place an order above a trading space. Again, the system is keeping tab of all orders you are putting in. Like pending order buys. Let me just put a crazy order here. We see it. Just use another example. Let's use a co-op. At 1070, 100 at 1070, then delivery, then submit. So my order is accepted. So if you go to available funds, I already have a pending order, as you can see. And let's say you did an intraday and you're trading, the system is able to note that you placed an intraday order which requires a reversal. So it will also be added. And if there is a margin, there's usually a margin of intraday, because we don't know counter will perform. That is, there are 2 modes of intraday. There is leveraged and non-leveraged. I don't want to go into details so that I don't confuse you for today's session. Non-leveraged means your orders are covered. If you are buying, you have credit. That is, trading space can cater. If you are selling, you have holdings. Leveraged is where you are buying and selling when you don't have credit and shares. What that means, you can come when you don't have funds in AIB. We give you a credit, you buy. Then, when that order executes, at the end of the day, we do the net off, we give you your profit, you can pay the balance. We are yet to come live with that. NSC are still in progress with CMA because of the risks that are involved. Remember, you can buy, if you don't pay us, we are the one to settle. So we will incur that cost for you. And remember, when shares hit in your account, as a broker, we can't do. We can't sell without your instructions. Remember, it's settled for you. You can come and sell shares if you don't have. It's called short selling. Then, in the end of the day, you buy back those shares. What if you don't sell those shares? The broker is at risk. So those are 2 risks: of buying when you don't have funds, or selling when you don't have shares. So we need a margin. It's called a security. So we broke that amount. In case you default, we can use that to pay out. So the trading space is what now you can come and use. Now to answer your question, Michael, let me see the question again. Possible of buying 3 counters. As I was saying, as long as your trading space can allow you, you can buy as many shares as you can. If your holdings allow, you can sell as many times as you can. Remember, it is your shares. It is you to make the decision. The broker can't make the decision on behalf of you. We only advise you. You make the decision. I want to buy. I want to sell. So if I want KCB, when I'm doing the demo for what shares you can buy, I'll show you. If I want to buy KCB, I can buy as many times as I want. It's your account. It is you making money. The broker is not allowed by CMA to make decision for you. Actually, if you go to CMA and you report, then we'll be in hot soup. Huh? The second question, can we get a presentation emailed? I will actually share this. Today I'm recording. Huh? The other presentations I wasn't recording because of a few scenarios we had. And also being the first ones, we didn't want to record. Mariana, if your portfolio has a lot of losses and profits, is it better to sell or just hold for prices to go up? The portfolio variation, I don't have the shares. Huh? I wish I had. The portfolio variation shows you unrealized loss. It's not a loss you have realized. You have not sold these shares. Huh? You still have them. Huh? It's only that today the counter will move up. You have a profit. Tomorrow it will go down. It will show a loss. It will go up. It will show a profit. But you have not sold. You have not realized that loss. What we advise, if there is no material information that have been announced, either by our research or even from media, don't sell hold. There's a potential that that counter is going down, then a time later it will go up. But if you see a cautionary information, either from CMA or even from us, telling you take care of this counter, like what happened Akina Eveready, Kenya, most people waited to see what happens at the end, and most of them they were rocked. If such material is announced, then it is approved by the regulator, that is CMA, and you see it in the media. You also see it from our research. It's better to get out than make additional losses. But if there is no material announcement, it could be like now we are in election time. Most of counters will go down, some will go up. Don't panic, don't sell. After elections, the market will perform. It will depend on the next government. Economy might even recover. Remember, we are post-COVID. Now we are going into election. Even if the counters go down after election, whatever government, if it has good policies, like what we used to have with, sorry to use this example, with our late president, former president Mwai Kibaki. The economy was doing well and most of counters shot up, like in Safaricom, from IPO of 5 shillings. And there was a time it has gone up to around 15, then it went down even below its IPO, 3 shillings, 2 shillings. Then it shot up. What is it trading at? Let's see. Safaricom. So that when you're making decisions in the market, you don't make decisions which hurt you. There are those people who panicked when it went to 2 shillings and sold. They made a loss of 3 shillings from IPO of 5. This counter is trading at 26. There are times it had even gone above this price because of dividend, when they announced dividend. Never panic in the market. It is your shares. The portfolio variation, as I said, shows you unrealized loss. You have not sold. You only make the actual loss when you sell. Well, remember, as I said, just to recap, when you buy, when you come into AIB and open account, you deposit funds into our internal trading account, which you open with us, even remotely, or you open with a physical form. When you buy, you debit that amount from your internal account, and that transaction is posted, as you saw in my statement. That transaction is debited. There is a sale transaction, this one, at the bottom. The sale transaction, it's debited in your, the top one, the purchase. It's debited in your internal account. Then those funds are taken to CDSc to pay the person who sold you. Then in return, because now we as a broker, the way it is here, we can't account for these funds. If you come on told us we purchased, what did we do with your funds? Because you can see the debit. If you come to portfolio variation, CDSc will take the shares from the person who sold and give them to us, still in CDSc. We don't hold the shares. They are in CDSc, but marked for the broker, AIB-AXYS. You see them in portfolio valuation. So in the exchange of the debit in your statement, you have a portfolio valuation with your shares. And those shares are sitting at CDSc marked with broker AIB-AXYS. As I said, it's only brokers and investment bank who are allowed to trade at NSE. NSE themselves can't trade. CDSc can't trade. CMA cannot trade. And CMA oversees NSE because they're the ones who have given you the system for trading with the other brokers. CDSc are the depository agents. They're the ones who take your shares and keep them. They will sit with those shares marked with the broker AIB. AIB on the other side are the ones who are authorized to sell or buy those shares at NSE at NSE systems through CDSc. So what does that mean? AIB cannot act on their own to go and sell their shares. They're with CDSc. CDSc knows you as a client. They don't know AIB. AIB is a broker. NSE knows AIB as a trading partner. They know you as a client. They know CDSc as the one holding the shares. Then CDSc cannot transact. And the broker on the other side cannot pay your funds to CDSc. We know you as the client. We don't know CDSc and NSE. We know them as holders of your shares or the holder of the system that trades. And we are all of us. There's the regulator on the top, CMA, whom you as a client, if you have any issue with any of us, you can walk and get assistance. So I go to the other question, is there a maximum period to hold security? If you buy shares, it is you as the client to decide when to buy. I'll give you an example of my mom. She bought shares when I was not born. If you can guess my age, you would know what I'm talking about. I'm above third floor. Then those shares were bought a long time ago. She passed on, so those shares were passed over to us. Then when we pass on, we leave shares with our sons and daughters. So the shares, there is no maximum holding period. It is you as the client to decide. Have I made profit? Yes, let me sell. Have I made a loss? I want to continue holding. And I think I don't want to log into the AIB Digitrader. I hope I've explained everything. I want to show you now how you make money to explain why you need to hold these shares forever. Is it possible to link charts with a platform like MetaTrader to carry out technical analysis of the counter when they are live? AIB is limited. This is a bit tricky. As I said, there are three partners in trading. AIB-AXYS as the broker, or any other broker. There is NSE, who are separate entity from us. They are regulated to provide market data, and there is CDSc who hold the shares. The trading data is with the NSE. To get that data, you either have to go through an approved data vendor, and in this, I think I want to make to give an advantage to one of our partner who is coming soon into trading platform. That is Synergy. They are approved to give this live data from NSE, or you as a client can go to NSE themselves and get this data at a cost they sell. So as a broker, even as we don't have access to that data, we only have access through the trading platform. If you want the real data, even we buy. They only give us the PDFs which they give for free. You get them even in their website. But any other data, they sell. So to integrate with a third-party system, you can get that from NSE. You just do a VPN with them. I hope you, from your question, I can see you could be a technical person. Then you'll be able to integrate. There is a cost. You can also approach Synergy. That is my stocks. You can approach them and get their cost just for comparison, so that you are not given an undue advantage by NSE. You might find NSE is higher, and maybe these guys, they are giving you a lower price. How can I check I have an internal account? Asking because I feel activation was advised account is activated. Now I'm on this screen. How do you know whether you have an account? If you try to open a new trading account and you put your ID number, as I already tell you, you already have an account with us. You just go to register now. This is something maybe Possibly I omitted, but it's good now you have asked. Register now. Put your CDS number. Put your ID number. ID or passport. If it is a company, it is incorporation number. Put your ID proof and email address and submit. If that active, if you go to the next screen, now where you're supposed to select a username, you already have an internal account. Now it tells you your details don't match. You have an internal account, but any of the details you have put here is not what you have in our side. You only need to send us an email. Ted and Veronica, you can put email which they can use to send. So in the next screen, you'll be able to put your username and accept terms and submit. You'll be able now to come in and log in. Now, when you're submitting order, you'll be able to tell whether your account is active or not on our side. If you get the error that I shown when we did the trading, I'll also share this recording on our website. You'll be able to get it. So you can check probably tomorrow. You'll be able to see how I check my account is inactive and I asked Veronica to activate. You only need to send us never panic. Just send an email. Go to our website. We have a chat. I will show you. Just drop a chat here. Somebody will get back to you. If it is in CDSc, they will request you and send you even the required document. As the AIB, we are there for you. As I said, we are not there because the regulator is there. We are there because you are the client and you need the service. Somebody will be able to act on your behalf. Assist you in filling that form for activating CDSc if it is CDSc. On our side, if you send email, you even get an automated and a response the same day. And at times, you even get it immediately. I think you can also share the feedback one, although I'll show on the website where it is. Michael, can you start by pressing an order, then credit account with exact amount? No. This market is regulated by CMA, and one of the rules is that it's pre-funded. So you deposit the money. The money is with you deposit it in the broker account, either in the bank or through MPESA. It goes into their pay bureau. Then those funds, when you present the evidence of deposit in the bank, that you said as a bank confirmation, whichever you get, either a slip, if you're doing it with mobile banking, that's a confirmation, whatever confirmation you get from the bank. When you share that with us, we deposit it in your trading account. In the statement, you'll be able to see. So you can come now and trade as long as you have a credit in the account. The advantage and disadvantage of buying rights, that I may not be able to advise right now. I'm a bit technical. I'm from IT. We had requested our research team to join us. We hope they will join us in the next presentation. I'm not sure. Veronica, do you have a research team? Or they are still engaged?
Still engaged, but we can share their email.
Okay. And also on Thursdays, we usually have a chat on Telegram. You can, Mariana, you can join our Telegram. There is a link on our website. I will show you shortly. I want to go to the website to show you the other things. So you'll be able to answer this for you, the advantages and disadvantages. Michael, though not our main agenda, just feel free to ask any question. You mentioned that you also do boards. What minimum to get started? For boards is corporate boards and government boards is 50,000. That's what is set by CBK, 50,000 Kenya shillings. You can also send an email. We'll be able to link you with our boards team. Because there is an account you need to open at CBK. Then you come to us and start trading. You can come in and have a chat with them and also know who is this broker you're dealing with. We are behind Westgate, around General Madenge, the Premonade, 5th floor. How can I change means of dividend and other payments form? There are two options here. One banker, if you're changing our internal details, that is the AIB, you fill in our account opening form. Aaron, we'll be able to amend. That is, the mode of payment for your sales proceed when you sell and you want to be paid. Let's say you had selected this bank and you want to change to another bank. Because MPESA is automatic because you gave us your MPESA. Change is automatic as long as you select it. If it is in CDSc dividend, you need to fill in a form, then indicate which bank you want to have it sent, or even MPESA. That's for dividends. That form is available on our website. You can also request from our customer service. Somebody bought Safaricom during IPO with a discount security that entered. How can somebody get the CDS account? Just walk to CDSc. Veronica, there in which office I left them in Nation Center? Where is CDSc these days?
Sorry, Peter, come again.
CDSc, they are street and where?
Or they're in Westlands.
Okay.
A building called Europa building. Europa Tower.
Yeah, you just go. Okay, you just go to Europa. That CDSc will be able to give you a statement showing you had an account with discount security. This is your CDS number. These are shares. However, if you try to open an account with us, we will be able to open for you that account. The CDS number that you get is what you had with discount security. So if you have an account with us and use the same ID, because you can't have another ID unless you open using passport. If you open using a CDS, your ID, it's the same CDS number. But if you want to know shares, you only need to go to CDSc. They'll give you the shares you have with all brokers. Thanks, Peter and team. That's clear. I shall get started. Yes, and please hold. I want to show you how you make money. That's most important. I'm coming to it. Ted, I've put the building. Thank you, Ted. Please help me understand the following. What means by settlement date and settlement amount, especially contracts. Settlement date, if you buy today or sell, let me take an example of buy. That is me shares from another broker. I am buying, I need to pay out. Third is selling, needs to receive money. So there needs to be movement of funds and shares. So Ted, you said shares to me through CDSc. Me, I will set the funds through the broker who will pay CDSc, and CDSc will pay the other broker who will pay Ted. So the settlement date is usually T plus 3. The trade date plus 3. That is the rule in the market set by CME. They say if you buy today, allow us 3 days to have those funds moved from broker A to broker B through CDSc, through the banks, and also considering these are TGSs, EFTs to be done. Then on 4th day, you receive your funds. So the settlement date is where broker A pays broker B and your shares are received by the broker A. Settlement amount is the amount you pay out to the broker B through CDSc, exclusive of CDS broker commission and levies. So settlement amount is the amount you are paying to the other broker to pay the client who sold to you. So if you check on the contract, there are several entries. One is the brokerage amount it will give you. Then there are several CDSc, NSC, and CMA, whatever you paid to them. Then the set amount is now what we pay the other broker who sold to you to pay the client who sold those shares. The percentage of broker charges on the levies that are charged when one buys and sells shares, how are they arrived? It is set by the regulator. We are not supposed to go above 2.1% brokerage plus levies. So it is at the discretion of the broker to either give you a lower brokerage because the levies are set. If you look at the contract, they are already set. Those ones you can't change. It's the broker who is supposed to give you a lower brokerage. Like now, if you're trading online, you should not be charged the higher rate 1.5. You should be charged 1.3. We give you a rebate. It also forms part of your profit. So we give, because we are using the platform, you have not come to us. That's why we give you that. When I check on the market prices from portfolio variation, is different from shown on Market Watch. It's because those prices are previous date prices. Market Watch is giving you real time. So I want to show you now how you make money. I think I've exhausted the questions. Let me quickly stop sharing. So I want to go to our website just to explain. I'll be quick, but hopefully on the next Friday session, I'll be able to go through it. Under trading, we have funding equities and funding derivatives. You can be able to see the funding options. To shoot us an email. Also on our website, we have a chat box. I hope, yeah, my screen has come back. Let me just show you. Just quickly. If you go to our website, there is this chat box here. There is somebody on the office side, and as you can see, they are online. Just fill in your details, submit. Even now, you can submit. There is somebody supposed to assist you. And if they don't assist you, there is an email that was sent by Ted on the chat. I think it's also on our website. Let me see. And contact. It's called feedback. You can always, there's somebody always watching this email. Feedback and info. Those two emails. So if you allow me, I wanted to show you the price list so that you know what I was. In the meantime, you can be asking questions. Just want to show you with one of the price list the information that I was talking about. So within the price list, if you go at the bottom, because right now you might ask me, I'm on the platform, you have trained me, I want to buy shares immediately. Which shares do I buy? Here is the information, corporate actions. Safaricom, they have two dividends. There is a final dividend and interim. The final is 0.75. Bokrosha is subject to approval. Then the interim is 1 shilling. Bokrosha was on 2nd June. I think that's already done. But the one subject to approval, it means they have not closed. Until it is approved by the regulator, then they will announce. Another counter that have not closed is Crown Paint, giving a good dividend of 4 shillings. Book Crusher is on 28th June. So, as I was explaining, Book Crusher, if you buy Crown Paint today, when you're placing the order, remember there is those levies and commissions that are due. That is your cost. The levies and brokerage, you note them somewhere. Then you go to the Market Watch to Crown Paint. I bought it these shares at this price. A number of shares say 100. So you pick your 100 shares times the dividend, that is 4 shillings. Assuming I bought 100 shares times 4, so I'm supposed to be paid 400 shillings. So what is my profit here? It is this dividend minus the cost I incurred when buying. I have not sold. So don't put the selling first because you have not sold. Why? We don't advise you to buy and sell after some time. Just hold those shares. If they're announcing a dividend of 4 shillings now, what do you prevent them from announcing the same dividend next year? You just for our research, see if that counter and even the historical dividend they have been announcing, hold those shares and keep accumulating. Then always keep tabs of your cost. That's what forms part of your profit. So let me see if there is another question. I want to wind up. Let me stop sharing. Let me see if we have another question. How do we road to AIB? Go to our website at the funding. Go to see the bank details. You'll be able to see the bank details. You can also send via MPESA. Let me put the pay bill. Pay bill is 548800. Account is your CDSc number without zeros. You can get it in the app under your profile. Broker like Dramoda very Mariana, very analog. Would you advise one to move completely? If you can move to us, yes, we appreciate. Just open account with us. Get your CDS number. You can even open account today online as we are talking. Then you get your account probably before the end of the day. You get your CDS number. Then on Monday, with that CDS number, walk to Dramod. Ask them you want to transfer, fill in the form. They will be transferring shares as you buy in AIB-AXYS. So you can even be trading from Monday, because when you open today account today, CDSc they will send it to NSE on Monday. So you'll be able to trade on Monday. You can be trading from Monday as you wait for Drummond to transfer those the other shares. Because we don't want to advise you to sell the shares. Hold them. And you can leave it even to your generation, and they also keep on getting the dividends. Always look for the shares which are announcing dividends. As I say, the dividend gives you that return. You only need to do the cost. But if you intend to sell, always do a markup of the same cost you incurred when buying. But remember, at sale, the price might have moved. If you have made the profit again, that's another profit. There is another question I saw here. If I decide to change the stock broker and markets are negative, will there be chances that the money I spent in the current changes? No, nothing changes. When you're transferring, let me explain this. You're not transferring internal broker account. As I said, there are two accounts. There is a CDS account and there is an internal broker account. You are transferring the CDS account at CDSc, and you are telling CDSc, move my shares from broker, say Drummond, to broker AIB-AXYS. So CDSc will just swap the brokers and move your shares from Drummond to AIB. You have not sold, you have not realized any losses, there are no price movements. What you need to make sure when you're transferring is that the broker have paid you any balance you have in your statement, internal account. That's the only money they will be left with. Otherwise, when you transfer shares, CDSc swaps the brokers, and that broker will not see those shares again. It's the new broker will see them. The credit that they have request to be paid out. Don't leave it there. Where is my paid dividend deposited to? It depends on your option. If you selected bank and you give your bank details, that is the bank where shares your dividend are sent. When you're opening account I shown you where you put your bank details. That is the bank you sent to CDSc when you're opening account. That's where dividend is sent, because you selected as bank. If you want to change from that bank to another mode, say MPESA, you just indicate CDSc, you just note you are now using MPESA. When they are sending the register to the registrars, that's why they are called registrars. They are the ones who the register for the shares. When they are sent to report to registrar the closure, let's say book closure is today at 3 p.m. when the CDSc balances the account and shares are sorted. They said the report they have for the people who are holding, say, Safaricom shares. They said all the details, including the bank details or MPESA details, or the mode which you have selected, you as the client, to be paid dividend. That's where now the registrar will send that dividend directly to. If you have not received, let's say book closure is today, give an allowance of 3 or 4 days, because they usually pay via EFT or TGS. On the 5th day, walk to the registrar and tell them I've not received, or even call them, give them your CDSc number. They'll be able to tell where the funds were sent, and if they were bounced by your bank, they will tell you the options you have. They can reissue either a check or a payment again after you have made your details. So, which other question? I think I can see I've exhausted the questions. What I'll tell you, as I said, we made about the clients, and we have new products that are coming in. As I said, you'll be able to fund directly from your account. I saw a concern on T+3 that You have to wait for settlement to happen for you to be paid. As AIB, we have listened to your concern, and we will be coming soon to address that. We are still in negotiation with our regulator, because everything is regulated. We also have other products like derivatives. If you want to get yourself into derivatives, just go on the website, on the chat, and also on our social media. We also have boards, and these covers both the fixed income, that is government boards, and also corporate boards. So I want to stop there. Unless there is a burning question, you can put it on the chat. Otherwise, the rest you are free to leave. I'll give like around 5 minutes to see if there is any question. Feel free to ask any question. And remember to put it on the chat. If you have any question, put it on the chat. I don't want to leave you with a question. So if you want to move from another broker, just open the account. You can do it today, even now. You get your CDSc number through email and an SMS. Go to the other broker, tell them you want to transfer. Fill in the CDSc form for transfer. They fill in, you sign. Make sure to take a photo. They'll be able to do that transfer. Also, make sure any credit they have with you in their account, make sure it is paid to you. Then you can come to us and start trading fresh now. You have a new internal account. Mugambi, thank you for guidance. Please elaborate on how I can update change account for my dividend, say bank account to MPESA. There is a form, let me check on the website whether it is still there. There's a form you need to fill. Let me confirm. CDSc 1 form.
Hello, Peter.
Yes.
We can also send Ted his details, and then Ted can send the form.
Okay, just drop Ted an email. Ted, just put your email there. You just fill in the form. Ted will be able to take you through. We don't want to share our personal numbers on the chat. Maybe what you can do, yeah, just share. Ted, just put your email. Just send an email to Ted. He'll be able, and also your mobile number. He'll be able to call you, and he'll guide you now to put the MPESA. But you just put on that form, and it will be changed. And make sure when you are changing dividend method, you do it before book closure. If you do it after book closure, you'll be paid using the old details. Or CDSc have already sent the details. In such a case, now you need to contact the registrar. Any other question? Any other question? I think you can call it a day. Thank you. The recording will be available on the website. You share that recording. Thank you so much and have a nice day.